Hello, and welcome to Restorative Aroma Yoga, where we practice one pose and integrate one essential oil. Today, our essential oil is jasmine. This wonderful, sweet, slightly pungent essential oil. It helps to increase our intuition, maybe tapping into our senses, our psychic senses a little bit more. It also helps us to build trust between ourself and that inner guidance that flows through us. Today for our pose, we'll need some props. We'll need a bolster, 2 blankets, and 2 blocks. We're going to take jasmine and place it on 2 different points. The first is pericardium 7. This point is on the wrist. I just took a drop of oil. I'm sharing it between 2 fingers. Center of the wrist. I'm going to put that drop on each wrist. Then I'm going to hold the 2 wrists together. No need to press, just a holding to create a resonance between the oil, the meridian, and pericardium 7, the acupuncture point. You can hold anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3 minutes. Close your eyes and allow yourself to pull inward just a little bit more. You start to feel tingling, movement, warming. And then you can take the excess oil and you can rub it together in your hands if you like. Or move on to the next point, which is conception vessel 17. This point is at the center line of the body and the center line of the chest. So I'm going to place that 1 drop now right on that heart center, right on that heart space. This application is to help break down some of the walls that we may unintentionally build around the heart. Those walls that help us to not trust ourselves as much, maybe not trust that inner knowing, that inner guidance, that intuition that comes through. Again, gently holding between conception vessel 17, the meridian, and a point, creating a resonance. Anywhere from 1 to 2 to 3 minutes. Then you can take the excess oil, rub it together, warm it up in your hands, take a nice inhalation. You can smell that sweet, wonderful, harmonizing, gentle essence of jasmine. Now for our pose, we're going to be setting up into Balasana. I'm using a bolster to support the front of the body. Folded blanket to raise the bolster up a little bit higher. And I'm going to pull the bolster between my legs. Big toes are touching. Sit bones are back on the heels. Then an extra folded blanket, folded lengthwise, that'll come across the tops of the thighs, right in front of the space of the belly. A block on each side will go next to the lower hip and the foot. To come forward into the pose, walk the hands along the sides of the bolster. Notice how you can press the hands into the floor to lift the chest, lengthen the front of the body so that you can fold forward more completely, rolling down the belly, the ribs, all the way to the chest, turning the head to one side. Allowing the whole front body to settle on the bolster. Once your whole front body feels settled, then you can take the hands and move them back. Turn the palms up, so you're internally rotating the arms. Place the backs of the hands on the blocks, and you'll notice how the blanket across the legs will also support the lower arm. Notice how this placement of the blocks underneath the hands. Helps to broaden the front and back body. If the hands did not have the blocks, the chest might start collapsing. Notice as we support the front body, that heart space, the lungs, the navel, how the support of the front body allows the back body to expand, fill with the vital energy of the breath, allowing that jasmine to soften the walls around the heart, to allow us to move more deeply into that space of trust. And a forward-facing pose like Balasana allows us to move more deeply inward, decreasing the outer stimulus to the rest of the sense organs like the eyes, the ears. Decreasing that outer stimulus allows us to move inward a little bit more deeply. Part of the way through the pose, you can release the hands, press up underneath the shoulders, lengthen the front side of the body to turn the head in the opposite direction. This way, there's an opening of the neck on both sides. Now you can place the backs of the hands back on the blocks. Allow the breath to fill the lungs, move the belly, and then notice how the breath moves and expands the sacral area, the lower back, the thoracic spine. Feel that calming sense of the jasmine. You can hold this pose anywhere from 3 to 5 minutes. If you notice that it pains the knees in any way to come into this deep of a fold in the legs, you can also take a third blanket and place it between the backs of the thighs and the shins and the heels. This will give a little more space to the knees. Thank you for joining me today and learning a little bit more about Jasmine and Balasana. Have a wonderful day.